And we're live. All right. My lovely wife is gonna. I was originally gonna do something on Tess Holiday because one of you guys in the chat yesterday had informed me that there was some sort of award or something like that. I couldn't find anything about that, so if I haven't been able to read about something extensively, I normally don't talk about it. I try to avoid it. I just thought I planned on making some videos about this particular topic coming up, as I think it's like a societal thing, that we need to watch for. But I invited Crystal to come on, or I didn't invite. She can come on anytime she wants. I kind of said, hey, baby, could you please join me? Because her and I talk about this fairly often. Recently, we did even some videos about like how people should not be, people should be encouraging others to not wear makeup as it is bad for them. I talked about it yesterday a little bit. There is a filter on TikTok right now, and all social medias have filters, and it's been a problem for years apparently. This one's devastating, if you ask me. Like I am blown away by it. I got multiple avenues to talk about with it, but we're going to first kind of go over a few of the videos just to show you what this filter looks like and what it can do. I'm like blown away with how crazy it is. Like it's amazing to me that we're doing this to people. Yeah. At some point in time, like you can't filter actual reality. Okay, like no matter what, this is a big thing that I talk about on this channel a lot. Reality exists. Like it is completely, fully out there. You getting upset at something about reality does not change the reality. People being like, no Mo's back in Ambrosia. I did want to tell everybody, by the way, that it is back in Ambrosia. I forgot. See, I'm all in on this already. Like I'll be making some videos about this later on today too. But thank you very much. I waited on Saturday at 201.1 for the first for a total loss of 122.7. That's incredible. Amazing.
Outstanding job.
But hi to everybody in the chat. We did share. You can get a 30-minute consultation with either myself or Crystal. Just so you guys know, she could be your coach. If I am not your cup of tea, if you're a pussy. No, I'm just joking. The weird thing is we say the same things. Like all of this is from her. Like I talk about this all the time. Like I literally just try to add the swear words and read the science of shit. Because I enjoy reading the sciencey shit, so she allows me to. It's not that she doesn't,
I allow you to?
You allow me to. I'm properly in my place. And so hello to everybody in the chat. I am going to pull up this one video, like the one from the, let's see, downloads, documents, downloads. Hey, where's that? Pictures. Pictures. Or not. Oh well. Where the hell would it go? Desktop maybe? Progress. No. Okay. Give me 1 second. I oopied. What's up, guys? Cactus Patch. I'm cat sitting. He's got zoomies. I love when cats get zoomies. I wish Awesome Sauce would get zoomies much more often. Although it is starting to pick up. She is starting to grab hold of some stuff. We got that already. I already got that pulled to the side. Yeah. And then that's it right here. Boom. Save. Okay. It's saving right now. I believe. Oh, it's just a JPEG. Darn it. That's why I messed it up. That's how it got messed up. Now I understand. Now I know what I need to know. I remember what I need to do. So present, share screen, window. Is this it? Nope, that's not the one I want. God damn it! So I'm not prepared, clearly, for you guys. It's not a prepared thing. Whoops.
You thought you were.
I thought I was, but I'm not. So give me 1 more second, guys. I got to find this video, and then we're going to go to other ones because there's a lot of them, and it's crazy. There's us, by the way. Oh, wait, here it is.
Is
Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so present screen. Showing that up. Window. Here it is. Bam. Okay. So, or wait, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear this? Were you guys able to hear her? It's my big question. Say yes or no. Anybody, real quick. Hurry, 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 hurry.
Oh my
Do
God.
it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Could you hear her? No, you can't. What the fuck good are you? No, I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. Here we go. We're going to do it this way. By the way, you can subscribe to me at the MFing COO. Okay, pause. Pause, pause, pause. Okay, here we go. Now I know what I'm doing. Stop screen.
Crickets.
Crickets. I like it. Brave tab. There we are. This is it. This is it. Okay, bam. All right. So, and this, I mean, absolutely no hate to this young lady because she actually is pointing this out.
Yeah.
But let me see if I can. So, and just so, like, I think she might have gotten her lips done or something like that already, but I think that this is like even like she's even like the fresh look where it's like there's no makeup on. That is awesome to me. Okay, like that's how I love Crystal to look. She wears makeup, about once a day, for Monday through Friday for classes because it's like it's important. Amateur hour. I know. I know. I'm not. I know. But anyway, here we go.
Nobody's safe. I'm sorry, but nobody's safe. Please look at this filter.
Look at that. And this is the crazy part.
Oh my god. This is going to take the catfishes to a...
It doesn't... Did you see her hand go in front of her face like that? Where it did not alter... Like, you can't tell it's a filter. Mm-hmm. That's a problem. Like, this is totally CGI. Because, wow, I mean... And I'm just going to point this out. This is from a male perspective. I think she looks better the other way. Like, way better. If she was my daughter, I'd be like, wow, you got that shit on your face when you're so pretty already. But, like...
A whole nother level. Be safe out there. This is terrifying.
I mean, I agree. Because if you look at the difference, boom, look at that. It changes the shape of her nose. Mm-hmm. It changes the shape of her chin. It changes her jawline. It changes her actual appearance. Like, she does not look like that. This is a facsimile of what she looks like, right? That's super dangerous on so many levels. We're going to look at some more of these, but I also just want to start talking about it. Like, I view this as dangerous on multiple parts. Now, the girl that we just talked about, she is pointing out that people are going to get catfished for it. That's a problem to me. The larger problem is now people are going to think that like you have to roll out of bed and look like you are on a runway, a supermodel runway. That's really bad to tell young women. Like really, really, really bad. In a time when we should be encouraging women and men that wear makeup, because I don't judge, but we should be encouraging these folks to, in fact, not be slathering over carcinogens and endocrine endocrine disruptors on their skin. We should be very much encouraging that type of behavior. We literally now have it to the point where it's not even a representation of you online. Like the virtual world is not reality. This is my big issue. Like I've said, and anybody that doesn't believe me, I've said this for years, don't believe anything in this box. Like this box in here with us, don't believe anything about it. Like unless you've met me in person, don't even think I exist. Just come check it out. We'll be at March 2nd, the day after tomorrow. We're going to be at Tiger Fitness Gym in Loveland, Ohio. So you can make sure I'm actually a real person and I'm actually this ugly. So, I mean, I say shit like that just to see her defend me. Like, anyway. But it's like, don't believe anything you hear. Look everything up straight to the data. That has been my stance on everything for a long time. even before this fucking ridiculousness from the last 3 years. Don't trust how things look just because they show it to you. Like, this is a fucking social media app. Like, social media app that you can just click on and make a video and completely contour your face and just like, you don't need to be wearing any makeup. I tried it. I looked fucking fabulous. But, like anybody can put this on. You can't trust anything you see on any of these apps, yet alone. And this is what I like to point out, and this is where some of you may get lost in this. Normally, the technology that the general public has access to is about 20 years behind what the technology they actually have. Just, it's pretty well known, right? What do you think the government can make you see? Right? What do you think the government could make you possibly see? Think about this. Very, very, very hard, right? What do you think that very rich corporations could make you see? Think very, very, very hard. Reality cannot be filtered. Reality exists. People can just deny it and shit like that. But it is insane to me how awful that people feel they need to do this.
Yeah. One of the things that worried me is how many people feel like they can't leave their house without a face full of makeup on, So then they start using these filters. You can't leave your house with a filter on your face, so are people going to start to feel like they can't leave their house because they don't want people to see their real face anymore? Mm-hmm. This is really sad. Yep.
Somebody's saying deep fakes already exist. Absolutely they do. 100% they absolutely do. People hate themselves nowadays. That's what I find weird. Like, I truly do find it like people. You can tell by a lot of what gets pushed as in society. These people really don't like themselves. I talked about the pronoun thing today. And don't get me wrong. If you appear as a pronoun, I am still. Please petition. We want to interview Blair White. We would love to have her on the channel. And I call her and she because guess what? She looks like her and she to me. It is not about hate to me. It is about reality. She looks like she is a woman. Is she a biological male? Yes. But she presents as a woman, therefore I am going to refer to her as a woman because I am kind of a fucking simple motherfucker. And I'm going to go off what I view. I've never once been misgendered in my entire life. Not once. I just did a video about this. I've never once been misgendered in my entire life. If I would be, you know what I do? I kind of laugh because I'm clearly a fucking man. And I am very confident I'm a man. You're confident you're a woman, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, it's one of those things because, honey, I'd do it for you, but they, them, and
okay.
Because I love you. But the reality is we need to start getting to the point where we truly truly are starting to just recognize the fact that this is unhealthy. To put this on TikTok and Snapchat and all these apps are aimed towards very young people most of the time. Most young people nowadays, I just got to be real, not our kid, but most young kids nowadays have very seriously damaged self-esteem. They're extremely fragile people. My son grew up around me fucking being. How I am towards people online is how I am in person. So he heard this, he understands the savageness of shit, and he's rather savage himself. But most people in their early 20s, late teens are pathetically weak. You can shatter them with words. If I can shatter you with words, you definitely don't want to fucking get into physical confrontation with me. And it's just kind of odd to me that this is where we're at. Where we're making these young folks seem or feel that they need to look this way all the fucking time. Mm-hmm. And it's not even the best version of themselves. Because don't get me wrong, I will occasionally, especially if I'm super fucking pale, I'll change the coloring on shit a little bit, and for pictures to be taken for book covers and thumbnails and shit like that. Once a year, I take a bunch of pictures of me at my leanest state, and then we get them auto-tuned and enhanced. But there's no changing, contouring, anything like that. This is actual contouring, actual changing of a person's physical appearance at that moment. It is super, super, super unhealthy for the psyche. Super unhealthy. Crystal found a really interesting article, and this is from 2020. Okay, this is how little we give a shit, because we know this is a fucking problem. Like, we absolutely know it's a problem. We don't care. We do not care. It's insane. We just don't. We don't give a shit, because this article says that plastic surgery inspired by filters and photo editing apps isn't going away. It should never have been a fucking thing. It's insane. I mean, so this is 2020 again. Over the years, the number of publications have covered the controversial trend of plastic surgeries inspired by photo filters on social media, with headlines calling it troubling, disturbing, and desperate. But this shit gets pushed down. This is CNN too. It's not like it's on any given side. This is a real thing that's been happening for years. Plastic surgery, and I mean this, I truly believe this, plastic surgery should be for people that have been in accidents or birth defect or something like that. To just not like how you look about something and get plastic surgery, I just don't think it's very rarely going to be a healthy thing. What were you going to say?
I think it's like a lot of other things. It's not necessarily going to fix the problems that you feel like you have in your life.
Right.
You know, I think a lot of times we get this idea in our head, well, if I could just fix this, everything would be so much better. And then you do it, and then you realize nothing really changed, you know? And then, unfortunately, that can lead down a road of feeling like you need to get more and more because you feel like you just didn't do enough, you know, in order for things to be right, you know? And it can get out of control. And I think that's what happens, why some people end up having so many surgeries and they're still so unhappy with themselves.
Yeah. And yet, that trend, often referred to as Snapchat dysmorphia, like they have a fucking word for it. Like, Snapchat dysphoria this type of dysphoria is way, way, way more dangerous, if you ask me, than body dysmorphia. I really, like, body dysmorphia is when you are bigger and you see yourself, you only see yourself as too skinny, or you are not fat and you view yourself as fat. That's dangerous. I completely 100% agree, but this shit is a purposeful, and I mean, this type of stuff adds to both of those things, adds to the body dysmorphia, adds to all that. It's insane. Some, like public relations executive Carla Barbosa, are proudly embracing the concept. This is an advertisement for this shit. She recently broadcast her treatments of a gold micro-infusion facial and procedure that uses small needles to reduce the size of pores, and with the intention of making the skin look airbrushed, to her more than 31,000 followers. So I can say, hey, take this supplement based on a cactus, a seaweed, and orange rinds, which literally is no morbidity. No morbidity is literally based off of a succulent plant, which is Slimuluna, seaweed, which is Thenogen, and orange rinds, which is Garcitrin, and then I forget where fucking ashwagandha comes from. And I just can't, my brain's misfiring. But I will say that, and people are like, oh my God, you are going to kill people, and this and that. And this woman is talking about reducing the size of your pores, because sweat's not important, because having working pores, we evolved to have pores of that size, and now we are switching it. It's insane. It's like a real life filter for your face. She captioned the clip, seriously glass skin. If you want to tweak a photo a bit more to feel a bit more confident, or get a facial or Botox filler to make yourself feel more confident, that's up to the person and how they feel. So I'm not going to disagree with one portion of this. I don't think it's the responsibility of social media to rein this shit in. It's their responsibility to make money. It's our stupidity for thinking that they're supposed to look out for us. Right? It's the same thing with people use their idiocy and their ignorance as an excuse. I'm sorry, but we as people should be calling this out for what it is, if you ask me. You know? We,
I was just thinking about how it's so subjective too. Like you could have a feature about yourself that you're insecure about that someone else would love to have. When I was in my 20s, MTV used to have a show where young people would get plastic surgery and they kind of like documented it. And I watched this one episode and this girl got chin implants. And I used to be really insecure about my chin. It was something that I didn't like about myself. And then I watched that episode, and when she got the plastic surgery, her jawline, her chin ended up looking like mine, and it just kind of put things into perspective. It's, you know, how you view yourself and how you look at things, and something to you that you may be insecure about, maybe something that someone else covets and would love to have. So, you know, try working on like how you view yourself and your confidence before you would resort to something so serious, you know?
it's just amazing to me. Like,
And what if they botch it, you know?
Yeah. Like, that's my thing.
What if you end up hating it, you know? You would have been better off just accepting who you are and the way you look to begin with.
I completely agree. 100% completely agree. Give me a second. I'm trying to find some more of these things. I'm trying to find. Hang on a second. I am totally unprepared today.
Oh, this is a teenage one.
Yes.
Here we go.
And I'm going to click on this. Okay, so here's one I wanted to... Okay. Dear Generation X people, speaking as one of you, sack up. Like, for real. Because, this is a problem to me. Oh, no. God, I am fucking completely unprepared today. Window right here. So this is literally hashtag the teenage filter. And this is no hate to, her name is Honey. This is no hate to her, right? And I can't, by the way, I can't play the music because we'll get stricken. But she's looking at herself, okay? So it says, lived in the past for about 30 seconds or less to think about the last time I looked so young and what I had to endure up to this point. It seems like my smile never lost its life, but the sparkle in my eye had already been gone so long ago. 20 years passed and even more endured. I wonder what it'll be 20 years from now. So I'm seeing all sorts of Generation X people do this filter, and then this happens. And then watch. It goes from smile to almost, see? So,
You can see the tears starting to...
yeah. So here's my thought on it, because as I get choked up, it's weird. Because there are dozens of videos about this where they're like, I would tell this person this, I would tell this person this, I would tell this person you're worth it. If I could invent a time machine right now, I guarantee you, and I've had some shit in my life, right? And I have literally like caused most of it myself. Like, it was self-inflicted. I had a fucking wonderful childhood. My parents are amazing people. I was a track star. I was a track star in the 80s. Like, I literally could do anything. I barely ever had to go to class. Like, my childhood was absolutely fucking phenomenal. And when I got on my own is where I started really fucking myself hard. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't warn myself about any fucking thing. Like, I'd relive I've been broke, cheated on, slept in my car, homeless, fucking fired from jobs for not showing up on time because I was partying too much when I was younger. I have been through the fucking ringer, like, by my own thing. I would relive that every fucking day to spend a day with her. Every day. I would never, like, build yourself a life where you would not want to change it, right? If you've been through some shit, everybody has. Everybody has. It is, but tomorrow is in your control to a certain degree. You can start changing it. Now, the world's fucked up, of course, but you can change this. I would not risk a second of time I've spent with her for getting rid of any bad thing that's ever happened to me. Ever. Build yourself that life. Be that good with your life. Be that good with who you are, and be that good with yourself. That is what you owe yourself, your children, your family, your spouse, your friends. Be that good. And dudes out there, this is no shit. And I mean this. If you are a fucking man, you will tell your, not even just dudes. If you're a dude, girl, whatever, if your significant other wears makeup, or your significant other uses these filters, or your significant other is constantly doing stuff, be a real person that loves that human being, because reality does exist and there's no filters, and let them know that they are in fact good enough. Tell them every single day. I try to tell her every morning that's the most beautiful I see her all day is when she first wakes up. Every day. And you should do that for your significant other, because I can tell you 100%. I get choked up because I think back at all the shit I've been through, and then I can snap right the fuck out of it, because I am telling you right now, I would run. Like, if all of a sudden I accidentally went back in time to 1990, I would be face to face with myself. First of all, I wouldn't recognize me likely, because I look very different. I have a different nose and everything like that, because my nose has been broken a bunch of times. But I would run like a motherfucker. I would not want to alter a second. The only way is if I could have a guarantee that I would get to know her earlier, and we would have the same relationship that we have. It would just build even stronger and last longer. That is the only way. And if you don't have that kind of life, you owe it to yourself to try to have one. Like, I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to but you need to have that kind of life, you know. And I really wish that for everybody. I mean, some of these videos, some of these are just like fucking tragic.
Sad.
Yeah, tragic. I mean, people they just start literally crying, you know? Give me a second. Where'd it go? Yeah, you guys, we can't play these anyway, so it can be over on this one. Look. Oh, wait. Okay. She's looking like her daughter. I don't know if you guys can hear this or not. But, give me 1 second. Look at how teared up she is. And look how fucking young she looks. We have a very big problem with dudes wanting to talk to women that young to begin with, if you ask me. Or anybody wanting to talk to people that young, if you ask me, right now, in our society. This is a fucking problem. This is not healthy for anybody.
What I think is so tragic is that most of these women, they look so beautiful the way they are. They don't need these filters. And they shouldn't feel sad when they look at the filter and realize that's not what they look like, because they're beautiful.
I love you. My God, I love you so much. I just like this trend. This is a weird trend. Just look at an old picture.
That's exactly what I said when Alan first told me about it, because I hadn't heard about the filter yet. I was like, well, don't they have old pictures? Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And the issue is, it's not that they want to just reminisce and look at the picture. They're presenting themselves this way, you know? Like the teenage filter, the glamour filter. What are you doing? Like that's not reality. We so desperately need to live in reality right now. Like, our reality is not fun to talk about. Our reality is, frankly, if you are really paying attention, and I know a lot of you in the chat are, reality right now should scare the fuck out of you. Like, Crystal and I don't have much stress besides reality, you know? Like, but it's fucking messed up. You know, They aren't sad because of them, but the time that passed.
I think some of them, but I think some of them are sad that their faces have aged.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that filter makes catfishing easy. I'm a big, Crystal and I talk about this all the time. I have no idea how you motherfuckers date and meet people. Like, I don't. I don't. I really don't. I'm so fucking, woo. Because Crystal and I started dating before the internet. Well, not before the internet, but before social media.
Yeah.
You know? And, I just, we used to go hang out with people.
Yeah.
People.
In person.
We need to stop watching people like the Kardashians. They make people not want to accept reality. The Kardashians are a great example because what are they famous for?
And they don't even look like themselves anymore.
Yeah,
they keep changing and altering the way that they look.
Right.
They don't look anything like what they looked like when they first started,
Yeah, I mean, I don't,
in my opinion.
and I don't think any of them are attractive. I absolutely don't think any of them are attractive. How do we meet? We both worked at, she was a waitress, I was a manager at a bar. Mm-hmm. That's how we met. They're famous for plastic surgery, but how did they get famous to begin with?
Well, I think we all know.
Bow chicka wow wow. If your partner doesn't understand you're not going to be 20 the rest of your life, that's just sad. You can't expect anyone to be ageless.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Find somebody else. I encouraged her not to get her hair dyed anymore. I encouraged her not to wear makeup. And this was before, no shit, you can check. You can even ask her in private. I don't give a fuck. But I encouraged her not to wear makeup years ago. Mm-hmm. Years and years and years ago. I think you look much better without it.
I've been wearing the most natural makeup I can find for years, and I wear it very minimally. I don't wear much at all, and I wear it when I'm going to be on camera.
Mm-hmm. I'm old. I met my husband in a coffee shop.
That's so nice.
That's not old. That's awesome. And I really think that people should you shouldn't even think about dating or socializing with people that you don't know, because I've met a lot of people online and had a lot of friends online. I have one or two people that I've met online that I've never really met in real life that I still consider a good friend. You know, that's it. Sex tape.
Yep.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio just resets his girlfriend at 25.
Yeah.
He doesn't even hide it. But people still go watch his movies. Because here's the thing. Also, 25 is one thing. It's still creepy as fuck. But at least she's an adult. However, I would imagine that if this is what he shows in public, you know, her and I talk, it's so strange. The life we live right now is really weird because I'm old married dude. I don't even realize when women are trying to talk to me. We've been out at restaurants before, and the waitress is she's the waitress was flirting with you. I'm like, I don't know. And my son was like, uh-huh. But I don't even get it. I just don't understand. But I don't even it's not, I can look at a person who's half my age and be like, that's an attractive person. But it's not I'm like, oh, they're attractive. To me, that's gross. Fucking, ugh. You know? It's hard enough when we just go out sometimes, because if she just wears a hat and shit like that, she looks like a teenager and we hold hands and people get fucking pissed. You know? And I can understand. The happiest people that I know are the people in my life that are not involved in any social media. Maybe I'm just old. No. I met my boyfriend in the parking lot while working out. Yeah,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I love that.
I even met my husband online, but that's 10 years ago, and it changed so much.
It's
changed
so much.
A ton. I'm single for life, given the state of the dating world today. I have zero interest in it. I can imagine. I really can. What's up, Mr. Katie? Let's see here. Let me see. We'll go to another one. Teenage filter has me in tears, although I don't look like I looked at, but miss the days of my youth. This is sad because this person, like, what I find very, very weird is if you're going to actually live a little, like if you're going to live a little bit of life, right? There's going to be some fucked up shit that happens to you. That's like the fun things in life are things that normally happen when there's a risk taken or a slight risk taken. So what are you going to tell this person to not do? You know, like what are you going to tell this person not to do? You know?
And she looks like a child with the filter on. Like, you want to look like a child?
Yeah.
I don't understand that. I wouldn't want to look like a kid.
Right. So
I'm an adult. I want to look like an adult.
So this filter is scary. Yeah, it's gross. It really is. I feel bad for this woman. I really do. I feel bad for anybody that's in this position because look at her. She's like upset. And ma'am, I don't know. Like, if you watch this, ma'am, I don't know how old you are, but you should understand there is nothing wrong with you here.
Yeah.
Not a goddamn
Exactly.
thing. Nothing. Nothing. Like, this person's made me cry too. Why? What? People, stop this. Stop this. This is unhealthy.
Yeah.
This is unhealthy. Like, truly. There's the teenage filter and then there's the glamour filter. How do you spell glamour?
You.
There we go. Filter. There you go. So,
I think I saw that one.
hang on a second. I want to
That
hear.
was the one I was like, what?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually put it over here so we can hear it. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. I'm having such trouble today.
Sorry.
Okay, here we go. So this is her. Right? Well, I'm sorry, but I mean, she says it can be done with makeup and good lighting. I don't know about that.
She's already beautiful.
Yep.
Her nose and her eyebrows and her eyes and her lips are perfect the way they are.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't need to do any of those things to look like the filtered version.
No. Kind of crazy. Ha!
I don't.
Huh, it's not letting me do it. Okay, fine, whatever. Anyway, it's not letting me do it. We'll do some Q&A. We're almost at 40 minutes anyway. So here we go. I did want to tell everybody, we do have some slots available. No Morbidity is back for stock. And 30-minute consultation with either Crystal or myself. You can also just join the app, $9.99 a month. Crystal did a live class earlier. You did Strength Fusion earlier, and what do you have tonight?
I have Tabata Cardio.
Tabata Cardio, that's good. And 3-month coach. We have a couple 3-month coaching spots available. Okay, good. Alan, you should use the filter so we can see if you tear up or not. I will not tear up about that shit.
Yes, he's gonna start crying.
I will not tear up about that shit. And this is, I like how I look a lot better now than when I did when I was younger. Like, I personally like my appearance much better now than when I was younger. So, I will not tear up. And I would not trade being 21 again for my life right now, ever. ever. When's product 2 coming out? I think sometime at the end of this coming month. So we will be with Mark here tomorrow, and we'll be discussing launch and everything like that. Tears of stooping to that level. I think you look perfect as you are. Oh well, thank you very much. Can we use the above links to reactivate our app access if we need to renew another month? Yes. You got kicked out. Yes, you can use any of those. The filter for Alan would just make his baldness more apparent. It actually, when I did put it on, it tries to put hair back on you. Like it tries to thicken your hair.
It did?
Yeah, it tried to thicken. It tried to put like brown fuzzy on my head.
Oh God, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. So.
That's funny. I did notice when you put over my face how it made my face lighter. Mm-hmm. Like made my face whiter. I thought that was weird.
What a horrible message to young people. Also, be fat, but don't you dare have flaws on your face. It's crazy, right? Like, and it's one of the things about the fat acceptance community that drives me, I'm perfectly fine the way I am, blah, blah, blah. Then why do you use, like, a masonry knife to put fucking makeup on? I don't even fucking, if you're, like, literally spatula, applying makeup, you don't think you look good.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, how many of them do makeup tutorials? So you're perfectly fine the way you are, fat as fuck, but you need to absolutely make sure you do makeup tutorials every chance you get. And don't get me wrong, you do you. I'm a big, you're going to hear this a lot from me lately. Don't mess with my life, I won't mess with your life. Okay? I am going to say what I'm going to say. I have a right to say whatever I want. Even though YouTube and Instagram and definitely Facebook doesn't want me to talk at all. They don't want me to, but I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And if you don't like it, the best advice I can give you is don't listen. And if you don't like me, don't listen to me. You know what I'm going to do? Not give a fuck. I'm truly like what people think about me is none of my business. Crystal and I have operated on that stance for many years, even before the pandemic. That's why when people freaked out about the pandemic, which is, by the way, there's about a 3-year anniversary coming up of me warning everybody, and I am going to do an I Told You So tour.
Oh, yay.
Because I literally, for the first 6 fucking months of the fucking pandemic, posted every day on why we should do shit the way that people know that we should have done it right now. So... any of you that are out there that said I was wrong or horrible or wanted to kill grandma and I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about and to stay in my fucking lane, you can either apologize or shut the fuck up. I don't care about that either, but I was right, you were wrong, and live with it. She knew right at the very beginning, I was like, honey, this is all bullshit. So she knew I was going to fucking just start fucking tearing into it because I'm not going to stand for that shit. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. And, well, we were right. I told you
it was bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up my freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, I have no idea how that fucking came about. Like, somehow or another, like, we're supposed to worry about you motherfuckers? I'll worry about me and her. You motherfuckers worry about you. I'll help you guys get healthy and stay away. And I really offered to try to help people not get a cold and then get the sniffles and shit. And then there's always going to be the person in the chat. A bunch of people died. Less people died from the vid with it than obesity. Of it, it's like non-existent almost. Fucking crazy. What's your app called? It's called Damn Collective. And again, you can just sign up for it right here. Join the app. I'm a digital artist, so I have to say wow to that technology. Isn't it crazy? Crazy. Puts hair back on. Yeah. Like the fucked up thing is, I super happy being bald. You know why? She likes it. Like likes it.
Yes, I do.
You know what I'm saying, right? Anyway.
Okay, calm down.
Do you think Amberlynn Reed will be alive in 5 years? Not even a chance.
Sad.
It is sad. But unless, there's a chance. There's always a chance. It's super slim. She would need to do a lot of changing. She's very close. You could have literally just commented, "Did you hear that Amberlynn Reed died?" And I would be like, "Oh, that's sad." It would have not surprised me at all. And I don't like feeling like that because I think that everybody should try to do what's best for them. But she is monetizing her illness, and when people monetize their illness, they die young. It's sad. I've tried to warn her. I've had conversations with her. I've even said you need inpatient therapy. Somebody's like, you should help her. She needs inpatient therapy. She needs to, for the first 150 pounds, she needs to have somebody else be in control of what she is eating. Somebody else be in control. When you get that big, you need to go to a facility, because we're depending on this woman with no self-control and disposable income to control herself with disposable income. It's never going to fucking happen. Ever. Not for her. And we're asking her to make less disposable income to take care of herself. Q&A. I work from home. Would you incorporate an active lifestyle if I have to be at home all day? How would you? 30 minutes a day walking no matter what. Emily, here's the thing. For our clients and for those of you that are wondering, there's no super strenuous workouts and shit like that. We encourage you to be active. We have lots of clients. We have one client we had a client that was with us for about a year and a half just to gain control of her eating. She was a national level strongman competitor. Won regionals and shit, We didn't train her for that. That's not the type of training I do. She was probably way stronger than I was, actually. But she needed help controlling her hunger and nutrition. And she realized that, her constantly dieting down and then, she would regain weight back during her off time. She would diet down and then gain more weight back than she had last time. So it kept getting harder and harder and harder. So we helped her get to a manageable weight where she only needs to lose 3 or 4 pounds to be in competition and be comfortable with that, eating well and be comfortable with that. But we have people that run marathons, and then we have people that we just ask them to stand up a little bit more often a day because they don't have either time in their day or physical capability to go walking even, But yes, and I would, if you don't have time, one of the things that Crystal has people do is you haven't set it on their phone or their watch or something like that, set your phone or your watch for every hour for the hours you're awake, and the last 5 to 10 minutes of each hour you stand up and walk around.
You could get a standing desk. That helps. Incorporate some chair yoga throughout the day just to get in some nice movement and stretches. That helps too.
I'm so tired of this whole pandemic thing. Chris and I talk about this often. The fucked up thing is we never pandemicked down here. But if it wasn't for social media, there's a strong chance that me and her would just be seriously, kind of oblivious to this shit. Because our life, if we just stayed in Florida, you'd never know. You just never know. Mm-hmm. In early May of 2020, we went to a fully staffed, fully functioning, no mask restaurant, and have been ever since then, May of 2020. We were open. We did not pandemic down here. We didn't play that fucking game, I've never owned a mask, we just didn't play it. And there was not and we kept our heads about ourselves. That's the thing. It was fucking societal panic. By the way, Dave Palumbo has his scalp tattooed to look like he has a buzz cut. I don't know. Weird, but not what I would do. I do have friends that have skull tattoos, though, because we roll with Rough Riders like that. No, I'm just joking. I can stop later. Hello, all. Love your shirt, Alan. We the people. Damn right. Me and Mark that's another thing, too. Me, Mark, Crystal, and a few other people are going to be talking about some new merch to put out, too. I have kettlebells and street clubs around the house. I can sneak an activity. That's awesome. I've never gotten into the street club thing.
Steel club?
The Steel Club. Yeah, I'm checking that out. More people die from diabetes-related illnesses. More people died from straight-up obesity. Obesity kills anywhere from 300,000 to 400,000 people a year. People that died of the vid is 5% around of the total, which is a little over 1 million people in like over 3 fucking years. Like, that's the thing too. People need to understand. This virus was very likely circulating in the United States in early fall of 2019. I'm talking like September. Like, it had been around the world a couple times. For us to even think about closing down at that point in time completely ignores Farr's Law, which, if you don't know what Farr's Law is, it's F-A-R-R law. Please go look it up. It's like a law of pandemic cycles and waves and stuff like that. So, and we, like, all the data pointed to that we shouldn't have done a fuck thing. Like, at best, we should have helped people isolate that wanted to, and the rest of us just continue on with our goddamn lives, you know? We might have a medical practitioner coming on to talk about all that stuff here soon, probably sometime next week. I just reached out to him today. I had it 3 times. It was like a cold, but not even that bad. I'm going to argue you probably didn't have it 3 times. I'm going to argue that the test you took told you had it 3 times, and the tests aren't worth shit either. You know, I'm like, and almost, like, here's what most people understand. Everybody's probably had it. Like, there might be new variants come up that'll get weaker and weaker and weaker that make it so you can get it again. To a certain degree, almost anybody that didn't take some stupid fucking gene therapy made by historically corrupt people from historically corrupt industries with no liability, most people have what's called T-cell immunity too, which means you have an inherent immunity from having a cold so many times, because guess what COVID is? It's a cold. Did you see that Tammy Slayton lost a lot of weight like a whole other person? Good for her. I did not. I keep meaning to go. I did not. I did not. Good for her. So, you two are like teenagers in love. I can tell you you're in love just watching you. If we won the lottery, none of you guys would see us again, because I would just, like, I'm telling you.
We run off together.
We would just run off together. Amberlynn looks like somebody's 65-year-old grandma. She does. It's sad. I feel, and I didn't mean it in any offense to say that I would just be massively surprised if she's around in 5 years. Like, and if she is, it's not going to be pretty. Like, you're that big. You wake up in pain every single day. I mean, you can't barely ambulate. You hate yourself. I mean, you hate yourself. Like, you literally hate yourself. We got this going on here. Would you consider helping a family get fit? We are struggling, and one of our kiddos is struggling hard. I went to sign up for coaching, but that's the service I'm hoping for. Regardless, I'll stick around. Amana, I believe you're on the app. Please do send me a message, okay? And if you're not, please do just get a consultation. And if you buy a consultation and you decide to get coaching off of it, if we can come to an agreement, we take the price of the consultation off of your first block of coaching. So please do send us a message on the app, because as long as I won't work with children without parents, like, I'll never do a consultation with somebody under 18, just them, ever. But if the parents are involved, we can help you parent them via you know. But yes, we work with couples all the time, you know. As a matter of fact, I tell you what, if you're a couple, sign up for the coaching, indicate you're a couple, and we'll do a 2-for-1 deal. We'll do both of you, okay? When I mean do, I mean we'll coach.
Specifics are important.
Yeah, specifics are important in today's world. No shit. People think we're operating a different service than what we got going on. God. She has to deal with this all the time. All the time. Whenever we interact with people in a social atmosphere, this is what happens. Are you coming up?
You want to come back up?
You coming up? You coming up?
No.
No? Okay.
Maybe.
She's almost as healthy as Lizzo. That's just a tragic thing. I had to rejoin a gym for the support and motivation. That's understandable. A lot of people need that. Amberlynn was just denied approval for weight loss surgery and wants to just give up. That's why she was denied. You realize, I mean, they're going to ask her to lose 100 pounds before she gets on the table, because she has shown such a dramatic amount of weight. Like, she'll lose this weight and then gain more. They're going to ask her to lose a little bit of weight no matter what before she starts. They should. Now, don't get me wrong. Amberlynn Reed needs weight loss surgery, but you have to put some into it, right? But she is somebody, like, she needs a surgery to literally physically limit the amount of food she can take in. But I do worry that she'll die from the complication. I do worry that the surgery could kill her too. But neither, half dozen one or the other. Amber only talks about food. How is that going to help her? She should focus on other things. Well, it's what she's making her money off of too. Nefertiti, she was denied. I thought she was approved. All this stuff I heard was her videos recently saying she was prepping for surgery. I don't know. Jason the Beast, I don't know. You might be leaning on your keyboard, buddy. I like your bald head. It really suits you. Thank you. I've got a good dome for it. MBCCV. Blink twice if you need help. Just kidding. The word fatal starts with fat. Ooh. I've never heard that one, but I can guarantee you I'm stealing it, and I'm not going to give you credit. I'm just kidding. I just gave you credit. I traveled out of the country, never got it. So the thing is, I've got fuzzies on my head. Right before people lost their shit, our son had moved down here from Pittsburgh to work with us. Him and his girlfriend came down sick as fuck. They had to have had it. It was like the throat, everything like that. They had to have had it, right? So they lived here for a little bit. So they came in. We got it. I think I coughed like a day and a half. She was like, and it was over, like over, completely over, right? And then February, I went and spoke at Men's Influential in front of thousands of people. And shook hands, hugs, Atlanta, multiple planes. Then friends of ours flew in from Alabama. Is it Alabama? Close enough. Alabama or Mississippi?
I think it's Mississippi.
Mississippi? Okay, they flew in from Mississippi. They took multiple planes, multiple airports, stayed with us for a little while. Then we all went on a cruise with like 5,000 fucking rednecks, all drinking, hugging, sweating, fucking kissing each other on the cheeks and shit like that. Because they're Italian rednecks, apparently. But, no, maybe it was just me. So then we get back from there. So I'd been in multiple airports, multiple countries, multiple cities, around thousands and thousands of people. And if I didn't get it, including all that, it was a cold. And again, and I'm going to say this, and this upsets people when I say stuff like this, but the original prediction from COVID, the original prediction was that it was going to kill 2.5 million people in a couple months, just a few months. And this might upset a few of you, and I truly believe this, and I'd say the same thing. Okay, because it's unfortunate, it really is. A new virus came out, but us destroying the entire country and then destroying the economy and thousands of small businesses, like that. Those people, what people need to understand, those people were going to die anyway. The people that passed away with COVID were going to die. They are the people that do the dying. And even the young, healthy people that ran, because it does happen. I had a friend die when I was in my early 20s, die of a cold. He got a cold, then got bronchitis, got pneumonia, and in a fucking 2 weeks period of time, he was dead. And he took good care of himself, besides partying a little bit. He took good care of himself and was healthy. It just happens sometimes. It's unfortunate. It's called nature and shit. But, freedom, I think it was Reagan, and not that I was a big Reagan fan, but we're only one generation away from freedom dying. Believe it. I'm going to leave you guys on this because we are, of course, making more content on this lane, and so it's going to be health and everything like that. Because to me, And this is what was so hard. Health, obesity, and good nutrition and stuff like that, plus the pandemic, they're interconnected. They keep us fat, sickly, dependent upon pharma, and scared. Society's malleable. If any of you tell me if our obesity rate in America was 10% and overweight was less than 30, pandemic hits, everybody has great cardiovascular health, almost nobody is on medications, our hospital system is barely stressed at all because it's not clogged with a massive amount of chronic lifestyle-driven illnesses. A new serious virus comes up. Wash your hands, avoid people that are coughing. If you're sick, you stay home. Let's fucking make some money. That's how shit should be. But instead, about 50% obesity, 80% overweight, people terrified because they looked in the mirror and goes, oh shit, they say this is bad for fat people and elderly people, and I'm a fat people. And they get terrified. So, I was working in a nursing home fall of 2019 in November, and a strange respiratory virus came in bedridden and put some people in the hospital, but no deaths. That's what it was. Amy gained most of hers back, sadly. Amy Slatton, of the Slatton sisters, I guess? I don't know. I was forced to deal with mass at grocery stores and other businesses that were requiring them. Most of us couldn't avoid it. Airplanes, grocery stores, and schools. I'm sorry to hear that, but everybody could have avoided it if everybody would have fucking shown some balls. Like, I hear what you're saying. I understand. You're like, I need to pay my bills. But, because here's the thing. We'll live in the woods. I'm going to be free. Right? We'll fucking go into a national forest and I'll build on public land, and I'll build us a fucking place for us to live, hunt every fucking day, fish every fucking day. She'll gather. We'll take the fucking cats with us. Awesome Sauce will become a fucking wildcat. And we're good. Because trust this. I'm going to die a free man. I'm hopefully 90, when I'm 95 or 6, I promised her 50 years. So but I'm going to die free. Free. Not like the illusion of freedom. I'm going to go about and do my shit. Period. Anybody that tries to stop that is in direct violation of the Constitution and therefore an enemy of the public. And that's what we need to get to. We the people need to stop arguing over, well, I'm gay and that means this, or I'm black and that means this, or I'm white and that means this, or I'm trans. Who gives a fuck, motherfuckers? It is us, the people, we the people, versus them. Yeah. Get there faster. The people that are trying to convince us to divide, that is unfucking acceptable. I have this new phrase, society will continue to suffer from what it allows. Yeah. Period. The grotesque ignorance of what's happening to children in our society, we allow that as a society. Here, start counting from right now. That was 9 seconds. At the very beginning of that, a child went missing. At the very end of that, a child went missing. Think about that. Everybody, think about that. We allow that. We should not. We should demand that fucking not happen. We should absolutely out and out. It should not be. Oh, hang on. For the Runaway Fund. The Runaway Fund. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It should not be a thing. We should not allow this. People talking to grade school, other people talking to grade school children about sex because they don't think the parents are doing a good job, unacceptable. Wood chipper. For real. And I mean it. We need to get to the point where society does not allow these things. We are not ruled. You're told you can't collect rainwater in some states. Unallowable. That's unacceptable. For the government to think that they can tell you that you can't collect your own fucking rainwater, unacceptable. Unacceptable. That's what we need to get to. People telling you need to stay inside, or wear a mask when you go out, unacceptable. You're a full-ass grown adult. Unacceptable. We need to stick together as people, as free people.
Yep.
If we do that, if we would have all stood up and been like, fuck you, I'm not going inside, fuck your 15 days to slow the fucking spread. If you're afraid, you stay the fuck in. But unacceptable. Unacceptable. Listen, guys, I hate to end it on that note, but we have food coming. We're getting ready. We are getting ready to fly tomorrow. We are going to be in the Loveland area. Here is where you can get a hold of us. Like I said, if you want Crystal to be your coach, she can be your coach. If I'm too much for you, I understand, because sometimes I'm too much for me. But you can also join the app. You can get a consultation. You can get No Morbidity. It's back for sale. And also, you can get a consultation from either myself or Crystal. You would just let us know what it is. I hope all of you have a great motherfucking day. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to all you soon. God day.
Bye.